3,000. That's right, we've flipped more than 3,000 profitable houses and can teach you how to do the same thing. Click the Academy link for your free roadmap to financial freedom.
Hello, my name is Gerald Sanders. I am a wholesaler / investor in Atlanta, Georgia. When I think of Peter's coaching program, I think simplistic. He simply lays out all of the instructions. If you simply follow them, they're ABC 1, 2, 3, and they produce results. At least for myself, they produce results. Since working with Peter, my investing has grown tremendously. And most importantly, I got started. I bumped around for many years trying to figure out how to get started, what to do, what letters to write, who to talk to, blase, blase. And I finally made the call to speak with Peter. Once again, he gave me the precise instructions on what to do, and it got me started. It got me doing deals. It got me speaking with other investors, other wholesalers, other buyers, and now I'm moving. So just getting started has been a tremendous jump for me.
Hi, Peter Vekselman again. So today I want to talk to you about, again, the importance of building out good, strong investor databases and how it relates to, especially if you're a wholesaler and you're flipping deals or wholesaling no matter where you are. So I'm using a deal that we just closed on as an example. So I bought this property about 2 weeks ago for $146,000 and then sold it a couple days ago for $225,000. So that's a great flip, obviously, a great wholesale deal. Now, interestingly enough, what they paid for this property is not that far away from the actual ARV or what the property is worth. Now remember, if you're thinking wholesale, one of the things that makes us successful as wholesalers, we always talk about leaving money on the table, leaving money on the table, leaving money on the table for the back-end user. But this actual company paid not retail prices, but about as close to it as you can. They paid almost 92 cents on a dollar. But here's the point that I'm trying to get across to you. So many wholesalers focus on their local market when it comes to developing their back-end investor databases. Meaning they're always going after, who are the local investors, who are the local investors, who are the local buyers. That's why a lot of times, we go to RIA clubs and other networking opportunities or meetup organizations, or we do local Google searches. And my contention is this. One, yeah, it is absolutely critical to capture the local market. But here's something else you have to understand. It is just as important, just as critical to capture non-local investors, regional, national, even international investors. See, on this deal, a group of investors bought this property that are almost 200 miles away from the market I did this in. Now, 200 miles away, that could be, that is not a local buyer. That is not somebody that lives right there and does things like that. So, and the interesting thing about this is what I've realized is a lot of times when it's a non-local buyer, their parameters for buying changes. For instance, let's use extreme examples. If you're talking about international buyers will never need a 20% or 30% return because their motivation for buying in the States is not to make 20 or 30% on their money. Many times the international buyer's motivation is nothing else than just move their money out of their country that they're in, put it in here. And if they can get any kind of a solid return, a 5%, 6, 7, 8% return, that's good enough. So the other reason why you have to be very focused with non-local buyers is it gives you the ability not only to expand your buyers list, but it also gives you the ability to expand the buying criteria and actually lower the margins. I mean, literally 90 cents on a dollar, 92 cents on a dollar they paid for them. And this is a huge, savvy investor. They know what they're doing, but for them, that 90 percentile works. So, focus aside from your local market when you're working with investors. Go after regional investors, go national, go international. And so sometimes here's the problem that comes in when people go after non-local investors. They have a problem approaching them. Meaning, this is how you got to look at it. It's a non-local investor. Let's say it's somebody 500 miles away from you. So the problem that a lot of investors have is, well, how do you approach somebody 500 miles? How do you even know they have any intention in buying in your market? So here's what I say. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what their intention is. You already know that their intention is to buy real estate. They've already proven themselves, right? Maybe they own some real estate 600 miles away. Maybe they're doing some deals away. So what I always recommend is when you're going for non-local buyers, you start a conversation in a very general way. Hey, I understand you own some real estate in such and such area. Mr. Investor, are you open to looking for more real estate? And if they are, the next question is this: what is your purpose for buying those properties? And let's say their only purpose, or their main purpose, which is, by the way, what almost everybody's main purpose is, to get a return on their investment. And see, when somebody's getting a return on an investment, sure, sometimes people want to be local. But a lot of them, like this is a huge group. This is a huge investor. They have infrastructure they could put in any part of the country. So a lot of times, then it just becomes you explaining to that investor why your market potentially could be better. While in your market, they can get a higher return. And you know, again, a lot of times issues come in such as, well, they don't have a property manager in there. They don't have a construction guy in there that could help them with this. They don't have a realtor if they want to sell them. Well, guess what? That is all of our responsibilities. So if we had this legitimate investor at that level, they were willing to pay 90 to 95 cents on a dollar on that deal, and let's say they did not have any local infrastructure, guess what? We would have developed that local infrastructure for them. Would have introduced them to our inspectors, our money people if they needed money, our construction people, our realtors. It just so happened that they had it already. So don't just think locally when you're talking about investors. Think regionally, nationally, internationally, globally. And then what you do is you provide value for them of what you could find in your own marketplace.